Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I have a special treat for you today. Not only are we bringing back Anna Kelly for her weekly show, but she is going to review my 2020 goals as they sit and give me some feedback. So I believe in recording and sharing goals and getting somebody you trust and respect to look at them, and we're going to do that live together. So this is going to be interesting. How you doing, Anna?
I'm doing great. This is going to be so fun, Michael.
Yes, and I should have said Anna. I apologize. I said Anna that
That's
time.
okay.
Ah,
Just think of Princess Elsa and Anna.
there you go. There you go. All right, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I know you'll be kind. So
Yeah,
let's share the spreadsheet. Let's bring it up, and then let me know when you see it.
I see it.
Excellent. So a couple of things I'm doing different than last year. Last year, if you've seen any of my goals, I did them monthly, right? So I tracked them, and then I tweaked once at the mid-year, right? So now I'm going to do them weekly and tweak quarterly is what I'm thinking.
Love it.
And so that's going to happen. I tried to make them all so they can have goals per week. Some of them don't make sense, which we'll talk about. So they'll be quarterly. And I, again, broke it into how I really want my life to be. So
Yeah.
we'll go through that. So first off is health for me. That starts with being active 5 times a week. So that could be simply walking 3 or 4 miles with Olivia on a hike. It could be actually going to the gym. It could be working out in my garage, but basically being active for at least 45 minutes a week, 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And then something I have just started literally like December 1st is I'm trying this intermittent fasting.
Me too.
Yeah, so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to not eat between 7 p.m. and 11 a.m. Just have water and coffee. I don't know if that counts, but I have black coffee in it when I wake up. So I'm going to do that every day, hopefully for the entire quarter. So that can be tracked. And then I want to lose a pound a week. I got to my heaviest and I put it out there just to publicly hold myself accountable. I got to 204. So I'm going to try to lose a pound a week. So
Can
that's,
I make a quick caveat
yep,
suggestion real quick?
that's why you're
So,
here. Yes.
so on this fasting, so actually about 2 years ago, I discovered Dr. Jason Fung, who wrote
Okay.
a book called The Complete Guide to Intermittent and Extended Fasting.
Mm-hmm.
It is an amazing book, and I actually lost quite a bit of weight on it. And then I got crazy busy working 70, 80 hours a week again, and I kind of quit doing it,
Uh-huh.
and I gained a bunch of weight back. But one thing he says is not to do the same thing 7 days a week because your body will adapt to it just like a diet. So what he recommends you do is pick like 4 to 5 days a week where you stick to this routine.
Okay.
And the other 2 to 3 days a week, you just throw it off a little bit. So maybe you'll do what I would suggest is like do a 5-day fast that's 11 to 7.
Okay.
And then one day of the weekend, maybe completely fast all day or make it longer. And then one day of the week, eat whatever you want in a normal schedule all day.
Okay.
And that'll kind of break up your fast. So it also gives you that room, there's a time for feasting and a time for fasting, where if you have a party or something and you eat one night, you can choose healthy eating, but that one night you break your fasting window because you have something, and that's actually good for you to do every once in a while. So it's less stringent, but it actually helps you. So grab that book. It's amazing. He's on the forefront of the research, and he's who I'm following. And I just started my intermittent fasting again on the 1st as well.
Very cool. So I now have that 5 days a week, and then I will shock it 2 days or change it up 2 days a week. I don't know about that whole not eating for 24 hours. We'll have to try that once. I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm down with that.
I did 3 7-day fasts about 2 years ago.
Wow.
And it was so much easier than I thought. The second day is when you start to feel kind of yucky. And the third day, you feel like you have the flu. And after that, it's so easy.
So it's
amazing what our bodies can do.
7 days of no eating, or am I missing something?
7 days of no eating, only lots and lots and lots of water and occasional broth, chicken broth.
Wow.
So we'll have to talk about this throughout the year, because this is one of my goals too, is to lose a lot of weight. And to do it the healthy way. And fasting is actually really, really healthy for you.
This is why I share things with people I respect, because I learn and I improve. Very cool. Awesome. Okay. So that's the health side. Next up is social media side, obviously things that I do in the morning. Oh, Oh, there you are. Things that I do in the morning. So I'm going to shoot for 4,000 YouTube views a week. Currently,
Awesome.
I'm at about 3,200. So it's an increase. Uh, every video I do also goes out to a podcast platform on Saturday. It's right now around 2,600 listens a week. So we'll shoot for 3,000. And then
Great.
look to increase subscriber count on YouTube about 50 a week, right? Some weeks 50, some weeks 40. So again, strive for 50. And then I do have an Instagram account that I don't talk about a lot, but just went past 2,500, one rental at a time. So those
Awesome.
are all the things that get my attention during the day. So I wanted to give myself a way to measure weekly success.
Great.
It seems good.
Yeah, looks great.
Okay. Then something you've known or heard me talk about a bunch is I opened this office in Fresno, staffed it with a bunch of real estate entrepreneurs. So I am looking to see, how I can hold myself accountable for using that office. So first off, I have agents there. So I'm going to hold myself accountable to writing 5 MLS-based offers a week. They don't have to be accepted. They're just written because, again, I'm cheap. Then I have 2 wholesalers there, and I'm looking to partner with them on 3 deals. That would be 3 deals a quarter. So that's hard to break down per week, but 3 deals a quarter each.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to create this very slick, glossy kind of, intro to the hub. And I'm going to start mailing out at least 20 of these a week, either to other landlords that own big portfolios or to real estate agents that do lots of deals. Basically try to, find the 200 movers and shakers in Fresno as far as deal flow or
Yep.
ownership, and send them a very nice letter, maybe even in a FedEx envelope or those UPS or those USPS envelopes, so it stands out,
Yeah.
introducing them to the hub and to, who is one rental at a time. So
Awesome.
something I'm thinking about doing. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think that's good. I think I would take your 3 deals a week per quarter and
Uh-huh.
maybe make a sub goal of like, review 10 deals a week,
Mm,
because if you want 3 deals in a quarter, you probably are going to have to look at least 30 deals
yeah,
to get to your 3, and maybe even more. So maybe if you can back into a certain number of deals per week that you look at in order to take down those 3 deals, then you can have a weekly check mark that, hey, I've done,
I like it.
I've reviewed 5 or 10 deals this week.
Yeah, I will do that. So review deals. That's it, because that can be per week. I like it.
Yeah.
See, I'm so happy we're doing this. Okay, all right. So I will add those sub goals. We won't do that live, but I will add that. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to up my marketing. So first and foremost, one thing I'm going to do is I have some phone calls out to people that do subject to in Fresno.
Right.
I think it's going to be a thing kind of 2022 to 25, I think. It's already starting in some
Awesome.
places. So I'm going to start
Great.
marketing to that. Find someone to partner with. And again, to me means we split marketing costs and then I get first right of refusal. That's kind of how I do all my arrangements with, people that do marketing. Uh,
Awesome.
then I am funding and tracking performance with Stratton and Adam. Those are the 2 partners from, like row 13 and 14. Those are my 2 guys. So that's really where I think I'll track the leads. So I'll make those weekly goals, which you just talked
Yeah.
about. I'll tie them to the other one. So I'll just move them.
Yeah,
And
that's a good idea.
what I want to do is I want to find 2 additional partners at least who
Yeah.
are wholesalers there and become their number 1 buyer, ideally. And then lastly, I want to actually put an agent in my office because I have the space who just calls on expireds to see if
Yeah.
there's room to do either subject to or owner financing or something. And then they will get paid or I'll find a way to pay them for their effort. So
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I recently listed a beach house in Ocean City, Maryland, that I bought it really cheap as an auction. And we had
mhm.
planned that when we could hit our dollar number, we would sell it. Otherwise, we would keep it.
Yeah,
And so I listed it at a pretty high number just to see if I got any bites, and I didn't get it sold. So I took it off and we decided to put it back in March. I kid you not, I must have gotten 6 or 7 different agents' offices call me on my personal cell phone as soon as that offering went dead, and,
yeah.
trying to get me to list it with them. And so, agents are starting to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good way to find deals that didn't sell and maybe be able to come in and make them a good enough offer that they're willing to bite. So I think that's really smart.
Yeah, so it could be a good enough offer, or it could just be a different deal structure, right? Maybe they don't have any equity, and there's lots of things we could do if there's an agent making calls, right? Let's figure out if we can get creative. I think makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you're a Fresno agent, call me if you want to have some office space and do some deals together. Call me.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, I think you and I talked about last time or the time before. It's not really about unit count anymore. So I am having a cash flow increase per quarter goal.
Love it.
So I'm going to try to increase it $1,000 a quarter. And obviously, with our portfolios, there's really three things we could do. One is we could buy more stuff, obviously. Two is we could pay off debt, or I could simply raise rents, right? Raise rents could do those things. So I think $1,000 is a layup. I may want to get more aggressive there, but I also don't want to make it all about that. So it takes away from all the other stuff we're doing. So I'm kind of struggling with that. I might make it $1,250 just to feel like I'm pressing it a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'll do that. I'll make it, because $1,250 becomes $5,000, right? $1,250 times 4. Yeah. So let's make it $5,000. Okay. See what you did to me, Anna? Gosh,
that's
just
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I think that's good. When you feel like a number's too low, you're not stretching. So increase it. And, hopefully you blow that thing out of the water. And, one really good deal could cause you to meet that number, immediately. But, definitely I like the dollar increase in cash flow rather than a number of units, because that's really what it's all about. And it keeps you doing the right things to get that money rather than just, oh, here's a deal, it's this many more units, and maybe it's not going to cash flow for a while.
Yeah. How many people are doing skinny deals right now just to say they bought a 20 or a 40 or 100 unit apartment? Oh,
a lot.
It just hurts my head. It hurts my head.
Yes.
So then we're going to be looking to sell and buy 6 flips, right? We're doing about 1 to 1.5 a month now. So this will be 6 a quarter. Both, get rid of, disposition, and then add to. And if you track, these 6 purchases actually tie to the deals from Adam and Stratton above. So looks like they'll be producing 3 each. But now we're holding these accountable. And the one thing I didn't do is add any just from MLS buying. I might want to increase that to 7 just to tie it all together, I guess. So maybe it's buy 7.
Yeah.
Because I got to buy some without them. So let's do that.
And is there a different target for a different type of property that you're looking to flip versus those that you are holding one rental at a time?
No, really what I'm producing is, or even, well, I guess, yes. So when I add to my portfolio these days, it's seller financing, right? Those are the deals, because I can structure the down payment, the payments, the interest rate, all those creative things. So those are the ones I'm keeping.
Gotcha.
And then the other ones, I'm deploying cash that I want to get back so I can keep recycling it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's the real subtle difference.
Makes sense.
Yep. Then I'm adding something big this year because you've probably seen some of my posts. I believe we have a spending problem, right? Too many people have, the whole difference between wants and needs.
Yes.
So I am going to hold myself accountable to spending less than $1,000 on wants. So those are things. So there's 2 things that are excluded from this, just again, because it's my number. One is eating out. Olivia and I truly enjoy that. We eat out at least 5 times a week. So that's not included. That's a tax write-off for us because we're going to talk business and blah, blah, blah. And then experiences, right? If we want to go do an experience, a trip or something, that won't be included. But this is basically, hey, I'm going to hold myself to spending less than $1,000 a quarter on just silly things. I haven't done this in a while, but I talk about it. So I'm going to hold myself accountable. And when I spend something, people will hear about it.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really important, because a lot of times people think about cash flow. I need more, without really looking at what are we really spending on and can we cut back. So, there's 2 schools of thought. You save your way to wealth, or you, accumulate your way to wealth, but really it's the 2 sides of the same coin. So you want to expand your means, but also cut down, frivolous spending that could could be going toward expanding your means anymore, even more, and going toward these experiences.
Yep. Totally agree. And again, people get really clear if you're starting what is a need versus a want, because a lot of
Yeah.
y'all are confused.
Yes. I'm
Then
rubbing off. I hear you say y'all now.
that's right, y'all. And then experiences are important. We've worked so hard for nearly 20 years now. We want to go
Yes.
have some fun. So these could be trips, it could be concerts, it could be whatever. If it's something we're taking pictures and we're going to remember and document, I will call it an experience. And we want to do at least 5 of those a quarter.
Five
Make
a
sense?
quarter. Wow.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah. And then lastly, the one rental at a time umbrella. There's, trying to hold myself accountable to things. So I'm going to try to produce 2 hours of content a week, meaning not really counting videos anymore, but total content.
Yeah.
Obviously the interviews we do, like I usually are 30 minutes and all of that. So I think that should be okay. I am looking to sell 20 books a week on Amazon. I do have that free course on my site, which I hope to get 4 a week. And then the paid course is about 2 a week. Right now it averages about 1.5. And then I'm going to start donating money to Fresno charities, $1,000 a quarter from
Love it.
the one rental at a time collection, books and courses. Well, I will take proceeds and donate that to basically I'm getting involved with the Fresno Food Bank because
That's awesome.
feeding people is important. Different parts of my life, food was a problem for the family. So I'm going to do my part to give back. I'm going to hold myself accountable.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? I really believe that when you start really thinking about how much you can give, those other things become so much more easy and natural.
Yeah.
And you're talking about increasing your cash flow 1,250 and giving 1,000. I bet you increase that cash flow double that. And it just, the more we make, the more we're able to give. So it's another reason for being able to be a blessing to be able to be in this business. So that's great.
Awesome. So that's it. That's all my goals. So that's, basically tearing apart my life. I want my health, social, the office, different marketing campaigns, cash flow, spending, experiences, and then everything one rental at a time. How's that feel?
Awesome. Yeah, I think it feels really good. And all of those things are very, very, you've got some personal things in there. You've got your health things. You've got your, business things. And I guess you and your spouse relationship stuff kind of comes into the experience.
Correct. Yep.
Area. And is there anything else that you're doing specifically just for you, Michael? Like other than just working out and having experiences with your wife, do you have any goals for you to just like your own personal or spiritual growth or development or downtime at all?
No, for me, working out is my me time. And then just seeing the traction with one rental at a time, really helping people, just those little comments and posts on Facebook or comments on these videos, it's getting pretty cool.
It's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that is all for me. Yeah, for
good.
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I think this all looks really good, and I love the way you have it laid out here in track. Like I'm a spreadsheet queen. I have my whole life on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But I don't have it bulleted out quite like this with what each week a check mark for each category. And I love that. I think I'm going to implement doing it that way too.
Oh, you didn't know that this was coming? You have to do this by next Wednesday. Did you not pick that up?
Know what? This
made
is
that
pretty
up.
Good timing, Michael. It's pretty good timing because I've been working all of this and I actually spent quite a bit of time blocking and retime blocking as I kind of narrowed down how to take care of those things that are on my goals. So I have my goals kind of written out like this, but I'm going to put them in this format. Cool. And then what I did with my goals is I actually created on my calendar ways to make sure that I'm accomplishing those things.
Nice.
So what I will work on for next Wednesday is putting mine in this format like this and then showing you my time blocking and how I'm making sure that my chunks of my time actually are going toward doing those things.
Very cool. I look forward to that.
Yeah. And maybe that'll help you. I don't know if you do any kind of time blocking on your calendar too.
Not yet. I'm going to look forward to seeing that. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. So Yeah.
Yeah,
So cool. That,
that sounds great. Yeah, it's very inspiring.
very, very cool. Well, again, I'm a spreadsheet person, and also I believe in printing them out. So I had this
Yeah,
printed out. I post it right where I can see it. It's like right in my face every day. So
that's awesome.
it's the only way I work. It's. I was selling stuff for 20 years, and if it wasn't right in front of me, it would be so easy to just let the day get in the way. This way, it's like, nope, got to do
Absolutely.
that, got to do that, got to do that, got to do that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, even little things that are a reminder, like having that in front of you and then having it on your phone.
yep,
I just did something yesterday. So part of my health goals are, I mean, there's a lot of things that I need to do. And I'm like, I may not do every one every day, but if I can get closer to doing, 3 or 4 out of the 6 every day, then I'm doing pretty good as a start. But I created on a Word document that has like my bullet points. So I have intermittent fasting, I have
yeah,
working out, drinking 8 glasses of water, not having any soda,
yeah.
avoiding any sugar. But I have this as now my wallpaper on my phone.
Oh,
So
nice.
every time my phone goes, blank and I have to charge it back up, it's right in front of my
Yeah,
face. Take
that's a
your
good
vitamins,
idea. Ah,
take
I'm
your
gonna do that.
vitamins, intermittent fast, drink your water. And so it's like already helping me to go, oh my goodness, I still haven't had any water today. Let me add that to it. So even just,
Ah, I like
it's
that.
something I thought, hey, I don't know why I haven't thought about this before, but now it's like always in my face to remind
Cool.
me. So maybe you could do that with your screenshot too.
I think I'm going to. I'm going to take this spreadsheet once I update it with all the new stuff, and I'm going to make it my wallpaper.
Yeah, yeah. Then you
Thank you.
see it all the time. Because
Yep.
when you see something all the time, it does, you think that you know, and you think that you're going to look at them all the time. But when you're looking at it multiple times a day, it's kind of like an advertisement. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have to see something like 7 to 10 times for it to get in our mind subliminally, where we think about that particular
Yep.
advertiser. And I think it's the same thing the more we have those goals in our face and the more we're reading them to ourselves and thinking about them, the more we'll take action on them naturally.
Very, very cool. Well, I thank you for allowing me to hijack our weekly call for this. It meant a lot to me.
Oh, it was
And
awesome.
yeah, I appreciate all the feedback. I'm going to go in and tweak the spreadsheet right now. So I'm pretty excited. And I'm actually starting it December 1st. Forget this January 1 stuff. Let's start now. So
Absolutely. That's
why
awesome.
wait for the calendar to change? I'm going to change. I'm started December 1.
Absolutely.
All
That's
right.
so good. Well, I'm excited that we did it. Why don't you send me a copy of your spreadsheets? That'll save me time creating the
You got it.
format, and then
I
I'll
will.
create it for next Wednesday.
You got it. All right, Anna. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All
Talk to
right.
you later.
Yep.